But the Sri Lankan openers wiped out that deficit, with Sanath Jayasuriya hitting James Anderson for 24 in just 1 over.
This is where he's dangerous. Nick, oh, dot! 4 here. 4 more. He's got the taste. Jayasuriya moves on to 50, 51. Hit that 6. Classy play from Jayasuriya.
England managed to bag both Jayasuriya and Michael van Dort before bad light brought a premature end to the day's play. But Kumar Sangakkara is still there and again in good nick, and Sri Lanka have a 74-run lead. Jayasuriya then announced his retirement from Test match cricket, but the day belonged to Matthiya Muralitharan, and a record he himself is likely to improve, and it is unlikely ever to be beaten. Mike Staniforth, Sky News.
It's a hometown, and my parents are here, my wife is here, all the relatives are here, so all the school friends, everybody's here, so it is a bigger moment than if I take it in Australia. I think this is the right time, I think.
Yeah, it's worked out really well, hasn't it, being here in your hometown?
Yeah, taking in the first inning, it's not easy to take 6 wickets in an inning, so I managed to take first innings and let my pressure off now.
You know, he's been a tremendous performer to the game, a great performer to Sri Lanka, always been a huge threat when we've played against him. You know, deserves a record. You know, pleased for him, but hopefully he won't get many more wickets in this series.
A year ago, few people outside the world of Formula One had heard of Lewis Hamilton. Now, the 22-year-old is one of the most recognised sportsmen in the country. It's been quite a year for the McLaren driver. After missing out on the world title by just a point, Hamilton is confident he'll be better prepared for next year's championship.
There were, I believe, 7 race circuits this year, at least 7, that I'd never been to before. So now having the experience, going away from it, coming back the next year, knowing the circuit, knowing where the bumps are, knowing what the weather's usually like, what the grip surface is like, there's so much that I've learned. So I'll go there fully prepared. For the other circuits, it's great to have been there and experienced what the Grand Prix race weekend is like, and what a race is, what a Formula 1 race is like on that circuit. So I should be a little bit more prepared.
And that's it for the moment. More sport later. Bye for now.
Thanks, Charlie. They've had a few years off, a few solo careers, and more than a few babies, but now they're back. It's more like woman power than girl power these days, but the fans still appear to love them. Sky's Victoria Gatenby reports on the Spice Girls' Canadian comeback.
Can you believe it's almost 10 years since this lot were last on stage? Well, that's how long it's been. Last night, even David Beckham flew in from New Zealand to support wife Posh and the rest of the Spice Girls. Speaking backstage beforehand, they said they were really looking forward to getting on with the show.
We feel we've got a really fantastic show, so we are quite nervous, but we're more excited than anything else for everyone to finally see it.
Yeah. You can't explain that feeling when kind of the doors open, or, you know, it's just an amazing feeling, and it's our first show, so we're scared but excited.
Yeah, naturally to be so.
More than 15,000 fans bought tickets for this sellout show in Vancouver in Canada. British fans will have to wait until later this month when the Spice Girls play 19 dates in London.
I was like Posh Spice, I guess the whole Beckham family, and because her husband's really, really cute.
I've been waiting for this concert probably since I was in the 3rd grade, and totally fell in love with the Spice Girls, and just, oh my gosh, this is a dream come true, seriously, to be here.
Their new single, Headlines, was a flop. But when it comes to touring, the Spice Girls are shifting just as many tickets as they did the first time around. It's been 11 years since girl power first stormed the pop world, but it seems the Spice Girls are still hitting all the right notes with fans. Victoria Gatenby, Sky News.
A judge in the US has ordered a mental evaluation of the man accused of taking hostages at Hillary Clinton's presidential campaign office. Leland Eisenberg is accused of walking into the New Hampshire office on Friday with what appeared to be explosives strapped to his body. His attorney said Eisenberg saw visions instructing him to sacrifice himself to raise awareness of mental health issues. Russian President Vladimir Putin has dismissed criticism of the landslide election victory by his United Russia party. Observers have called it the dirtiest election in Russian history, amidst rumours of ballot rigging and intimidation of the electorate. Elusive graffiti artist Banksy has taken his subversive style to the Holy Lands. His work has famously appeared overnight on London streets, but now it's covering the walls in Bethlehem. He's helping to transform the security barrier surrounding the town with his work. Okay, the top stories here on Sky News. The Work and Pensions Secretary Peter Hain has admitted that additional donations to his deputy leadership campaign were not registered as they should have been. The revelation follows the Prime Minister's promise to reform party funding rules. The British teacher jailed for naming a teddy bear Mohammed is on her way home from Sudan. Gillian Gibbons' release was secured with a presidential pardon. A man who disappeared 5 years ago has turned up in London alive and well. John Darwin's family presumed he was dead after the wreckage of his canoe was found washed up on a beach. Let's take a look at some of this morning's newspapers' front pages. The Telegraph says a vast expansion of speed cameras on Britain's roads has led to around 2 million speeding tickets being issued a year. The Guardian reports that US intelligence agencies do not believe Iran has been pursuing any nuclear weapons programs in the last 4 years. The Express reports that the price of fruit and veg has gone up 23% since July. The Times claims sex education in schools is taught so badly, many pupils are ignorant about how to avoid sexually transmitted diseases. The Mail reports on controversial new IVF regulations that aim to cut the number of multiple births that occur as a result of the treatment. The Mirror leads with a report on what it calls the amazing mystery of the missing canoeist. And Libere Ted is the Sun's headline, reporting on the British teacher involved in the Sudan teddy row who is now on her way home. More from us a little